What is going on? Welcome back. We are back in the shop. We are actually with our man, Muscle Man Andy Savage. He's hiding here in the background, grabbing some tools. Say what's up.
What's up?
All right, so we are diving in. We're just diving right in. 1,800 miles on Andy's brand new 2018, and we are going to be doing our first round of performance slash weight savings slash better fuel system. Andy's diving right in. He's not scared, so we're gonna be diving right into this thing, making this thing even better than what it came from the factory. So we're gonna quick go over all of the parts, and then we're just gonna kind of jump right into getting the work done. This is gonna be kind of spread out over a couple videos. We're not gonna be able to get it all done in one night, but how you feeling, buddy?
Oh, the pinnacle of excellence.
All right, so while he's continuing to do... What? Oh, look at that big mark.
Shout out Mark, baby. He's your Mark.
All right, so we're going to go over the parts real quick. Some of this stuff you are not going to see us change. But first off, we have a nice exhaust tip, just a tip, just like everything else. Everything else is staying in place. But what we have here, let's just go over the parts real quick. We have a air dog, a little bit different than the fuel system we did on the dually with all of the cat filters. We are actually going to go with a air dog 4G 165 for this truck. Takes care of the water separation, the better fuel filtration. Let's speak. All in one unit, compact, and that's the kind of the route that Andy wanted to do. So big shout out to the guys over at AirDog, always taking care of us. Got a set of ARP head studs to kind of lock down that head gasket right off the bat. Gonna have a much higher torque than the factory. These are actually 420. Well, everyone's gonna yell. They're actually called ARP 2000s. 425s a street name. 625. Oh, you got 625s? Oh, Michael with the salesman. Oh boy, he got upgraded. All right, so originally Andy was actually just going to go with 2000s, 425s, but I guess we're going with 625s. So 625s it is. In this box, that's kind of just miscellaneous stuff. Andrew is going to go with regular. What'd you get? ISPRO factory match gauges? Yeah. All right, ISPRO factory match gauges, Boost, EGT, and excuse me. What else? What'd you get?
That's it.
Boost EG. Oh, Boost EGT and fuel pressure. Monitor our AirDog fuel. I think that's pretty much it. So we got the AirDog, we got the head studs, and that's pretty much it. An exhaust tip. Shouldn't take us too long, but it is already kind of late tonight. Andy got here a little late. We were kind of messing around with the Peterbilt outside, and we're just going to get started on taking some stuff off. Alrighty guys, we have our 625 head studs right here. We are pretty much ready to start the head stud installation procedure. Andy's out there closing the windows because it's about to rain. It's about to rain. So what we've done here is we have removed a couple items on the engine that will obviously be getting reinstalled back. We just kind of remove them to a little bit better access to the head studs. So we have the engine torn apart here. We are going to be doing these a one at a time procedure. We're going to gain access to the head studs, the head bolts right here. Got a couple right there, a couple right here, 26, 24, whatever. And then we're going to go ahead and do them one at a time. What that basically means is, I mean, just like it says, we're going to start in the middle. I know some guys say you can start on the outside. Either way, you go from the middle or you go from the out and you do the procedure. You take one out at a time, and then we're going to go ahead and torque them down to what basically the factory would be, and then we'll take them up from there to about 150 is what the 625 gets torqued to. So we'll set you guys up, and I've been over this a lot of times. I'm going to try and find a link.
I'm filming films.
What are you doing? You filming me filming?
Taking for the gram, son.
Oh, jeez.
For the gram?
Andy, tell us about your rig that's not so clean anymore.
Oh, my big rig?
Yeah.
Well, I'll probably clean it up in the morning.
Lewis
has got his truck inside.
Andy's got a 6NZ in the truck that he runs every day too. His truck's got a real cowboy transmission though. He's got an 18-speed.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Road Ranger, baby, Road Ranger.
Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and do them one at a time, get them torqued up. We're going to go ahead and set the initial torque one at a time to what the factory ones were, and then we're going to go ahead and hit them the final time for the high torque. So that's what we're going to do. Oh, what I was going to say is I'll put a link somewhere on the screen, a very step-by-step procedure of doing them one at a time. If you guys are really interested in knowing every little detail, there is a much more detailed video that I've already done probably a couple times. So we're just kind of cruising through this one. The rain is about to start. It's about to get heavy. So we're gonna try and just keep moving along and get this work done. I'll catch back up with you guys in a little bit. The next day, we stayed pretty late last night, probably till about 11 o'clock. Definitely having a second set of hands helps with the head studs, doing them one at a time, so one person can kind of stay on the top side creeper and someone can just hand him stuff, going back and forth with kind of lubing up all the head studs. But the head studs, we did finally complete all last night. I think I said in the beginning that I didn't know if you had to take the intake or exhaust, but we did end up taking both rocker arms off as an assembly. The injectors can stay in. That's kind of what I meant yesterday. The injectors can stay in, rocker arms off, but all of the head studs are done. All we got to do is just do their final torque to 150. I think they're at like 125 right now. So one more torque on those, and those will be, and those, you hear that? Those. The head studs will be done after that. Andy is going to spend a little bit of extra time powder coating everything as per usual. I have no idea what he's going to do with the color on any of that stuff, but we're going to go ahead and move along tonight to the AirDog installation. So we have our AirDog 4G165 black hose, of course. Gotta have the black hose. So got the hose, got the harness, got our pump here, got the updated brackets with the nice powder coat finish. That's very nice. We're gonna also be deleting all of the factory fuel filter stuff on here underneath the truck and in the engine. I'm gonna go ahead and use a fleece kind of pass-through plate for the return. Use that, and then also Andy's not scared one bit. Andy, he doesn't. 2018, 1,800 miles, fuel tank. Yeah, we're just gonna drill a hole in that. That's no big deal. So we're gonna go ahead and use a Beans diesel sump on the bottom of the tank there. Not quite sure what we're gonna do with the return stuff like that. Might do it like how I normally do it, but we'll figure all of that stuff out. I believe we probably will just pull the fuel tank like we usually do. It's not that big of a deal, but that is what we are gonna get started on tonight and kind of throw that into the second half of this video. And like I said, probably won't be done with all the modifications tonight, but very shortly after this. Give it a little tap. A little tap tap. Are you certified, sir? Sir. Excuse me, sir. Sir.
What?
You're just a truck driver, sir.
Yeah.
Look at that piece of plastic right in there.
Where?
Look at that big piece of plastic right in there.
Yeah, so what?
Well, I'm just saying, that's why we just, you know.
That's why you do it.
Even though you can drill a sump from You can drill a sump from the bottom. I just don't trust it. I pull the tank every time. I don't know why.
Pull that ish out.
Andy, what'd you move today?
Pull out being strong.
I mean, look at that. There's still a couple things in the screen of this tank, even on 1,800 miles. We have been cruising right along here. Got the fuel tank prepped, ready to go back in. Got our beans sump installed and went ahead and got our fuel sending unit modified like you guys know I usually do. Kind of basically removing everything that is now not going to be needed. So I know there's probably... I get this every time we kind of drop a fuel tank and kind of do things this way. I know that you don't have to do this. This is really kind of like a very overkill kind of remove everything that's not needed. I mean, we even removed the factory fuel line coming from your factory fuel pump that's no longer in the tank. So it's really overkill to drop the tank. Even that bean sump is kind of set up so you can kind of use the return from the air dog and go right back to the tank without ever taking the tank down. This tank is brand new. It didn't really have that much stuff in it, but just, I like being clean. I like removing everything that doesn't really need to be there. Seeing that the air dog handles all of the filtration, all of the fuel pump needs, the factory fuel pump that's inside the sending unit, the factory feed line, all of the factory filters, all that stuff, and Andrew kind of wanted to do it the exact same way. So we kind of removed everything that would normally just kind of stay in place. I mean, you're bypassing it a lot, but it's really just kind of sitting there hanging out, not really doing anything. So I just opt to always kind of remove that stuff. So that's kind of what we did, and now we are ready for pretty much to go right back in. We're gonna pop the sending unit back in the fuel tank, get the fuel tank back up in the truck, and we have the wiring harness sitting right over there. We'll start running that and get the pump mounted. That's pretty much next on the list. We'll go ahead and get it mounted right in this area. Alrighty, just a little recap. We are all set with the air dog. Got all of the plumbing, all of the wiring. Got it all nice and tidy. Bean sump completely installed. Fuel tank back in. Everything is buttoned up. Good to go with the air dog. Got everything ran to the front. Really gonna wrap up the front kind of wiring when we do the gauges. And I think that is pretty much going to wrap up round one on Andy's truck. This is actually kind of spanned out through 3 days, believe it or not. So I'm not sure where we kind of left off or not, but we have the ARP 625 head studs completely done, the AirDog 165 4G completely done. Kind of removed all of the factory fuel stuff. Have not installed the fleece delete block up there in the front. Andy's still waiting on powder coat to be done, and we're still waiting on one gauge to come in. Otherwise, truck is pretty much ready to roll out. And I think that's it. He's still waiting on suspension stuff. He's still waiting on wheels and tires, but round one of kind of engine modifications are done. I know I'm forgetting stuff, but we are pretty much going to start jumping on the second gen. Mark has got more stuff done. We need to start putting things back on the second gen, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I believe there was one thing in the P.O. box. All right, so this says it's from D Snow or P Snow, Grove City, PA. It says on the bottom, it says like pens by HM. I don't know, is this a bunch of pens? I have no idea what this is. P.O. box is in the description if you guys ever want to send anything. Oh, this is one of those fuzzy ones. Whew. All right, we got a note here. Hello, Greg. I've been watching you over the last few years. Love all of your girls, aka trucks. I've made you and your wife these beautiful pens. My daughter Caitlin helped me make them. I hope he enjoys them. It's a Pittsburgh thing. It's Yins, Y-I-N-Z. Hope Yins enjoy them. It's a Pittsburgh thing. P.S. The cap twisted to advance the ink and twist the other ways. So these are pens. These are pens. Yours is a black one. All right, so these are pens. this is actually kind of a weird thing to kind of to admit to, but I actually I kind of like a good pen. I'm not gonna lie. I do some pen pushing in my day, and there's nothing worse than a crappy pen. So he pretty much made a blacked out pen. And these, okay, so they even have instructions, because these are probably not your average kind of pen here. And I don't want to mess these up. All right, so they twist. All right, here we go. They twist. They do twist. All right, so of course I forgot to read the last part. P.S. The cap twisted to advance the ink the other way to change the cartridge. I was friggin' turning it the wrong way. Thanks, David. Pens by HM2. I don't know if he does these for everybody else too, but go check out Pens by HM2, I believe. That is sweet. Thank you very much, David, and thank you for involving your daughter. Thank you very much for the pens. I will make sure that they stay in a nice, safe place. I cannot talk tonight. Gosh, I feel like my nose is getting congested again. I better not be getting sick again. If I get sick again, I swear. But that is going to wrap up this video, guys. Pretty much wrapping up Andy's truck here, stage 1, and we will move on to the next one, and that's going to be it. I will see you guys in the next one. Hit the like button before you leave. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.